So we're about to get a new update, but the Korean server's getting it first. And yes, it brings an end to the AFK farming of those staff users. There are some other important details to take note of too, including arena coins getting deleted. But don't panic yet. We also have some further news with regards to our co-op dungeons and with the queues being currently bugged. When you go through the party matchmaking, you're ending up in all separate instances and you have to leave and join somebody else. But what's really bad is we're not obtaining the random matchmaking reward when going through the random queue. The devs have confirmed they'll be fixing this, but only on the 20th with their regular update. In the meantime, they explain the workaround. You enter a dungeon via party matchmaking. After you enter, you need to exit the dungeon by pressing like B on PC. And then those who left need to rejoin by selecting the footprint icon next to the party leader. On console, you'll need to open the co-op dungeon menu, then re-enter the same dungeon from there. It will be the first on the dungeon list. And then you run the dungeon as normal. It's just you will not get the random matchmaking rewards. So yeah, at least the devs did acknowledge this, but we will not get a fix until the 20th. Additionally, those of you on PlayStation and Xbox finally also got this patch, which fixes party members' hit points displaying at 0, number icons not appearing properly, and UI issues including multiple party leaders in Korean text. PC had this already, so that's why some of you were saying those things weren't fixed yet. You guys are console users. But let's jump back to these Korean update notes. Again, we will very likely, as usual, get this update just tomorrow. But we can confirm then with the patch notes that we receive. Unfortunately though, for some reason, they're usually a lot more lax with regards to the patch notes we obtain. They generally miss out on the finer details, but we get them here in the Korean patch notes. So first of all, field bosses. They'll be adjusted so that their hit points will gradually decrease in faction and guild battles. This will help, I guess, to ultimately kill the boss if you're generally focusing on PvP. So after 20 minutes, he'll become much easier to kill over time. Hopefully you'll be able to kill him before the instance ends. They've also added for the adventure codex, if you're struggling to play through it and get your chapters done because you're running into some boss which kills you over and over, they've added the ability to gain a buff as per the amount of deaths you receive. So 1 death, you'll receive a 20% damage boost. 2+ deaths, you'll receive a damage increase of 30% and reduced damage taken by 20%. I hope this stacks up, so to say I die 10 times, I will gain 300% more damage and reduce the damage I take by over 200%, at least making it at a certain point impossible to not fail. They've also updated their premium subscription service so that you can actually summon this new NPC crafter. But this is a feature we don't yet have in the game, and I'm honestly not sure if I want them to. It would basically be having us pay for extra convenience. You can see all of the effects right here. If you're familiar to a game like Neverwinter, it's basically VIP. You get a ton of extra benefits. Summoning all your NPCs, including storage, accepting contracts, increasing the amount of contracts you can have along with even scrolls, increasing the amount of dimensional contract coins you can hold, teleport discount, more quick slots, increased looting speed and range, faster morph speed, and a new teleport animation. But yeah, this thing costs you a bunch of real world currency, I believe that is, so you can't even get it with Lucent. But moving on, they simply added a shortcut to get to the weapon mastery, added numbers to your emote selection, and added the ability to see your targets or your friendly targets. So you'll be able to access it in like these settings. But then the weapon changes. Bow just had a fix here where you were not getting cooldown if there was a difference in altitude between you and your target. But then the staff, badly translated as Cane. And then the specialization, which is very badly translated, basically will have an added condition where you need to use a skill every 10 seconds. To confirm the translation, I checked the Korean text of this and then the actual Korean text of the patch notes from which it's auto-translated, and you can match exactly this with what I have highlighted, and it's the exact same weapon mastery. If you're not aware, this thing has led to a lot of players just being able to AFK farm for free. You would just stand still and you would deal damage to random targets within 5 meters, shooting a fireball at them. And this is for the duration that you have this passive skill active. And all it requires is for you to stand still. But now they're adding a condition to it. So I believe you're going to have to cast an actual skill. You're no longer going to be able to just stand there AFK. This is honestly a good thing, as I don't think people should be able to do that. But I'm sure it's a controversial topic. People are taking advantage of it to farm the Black Anvil Forge areas in the hopes to get the obsidian to eventually craft your Black Anvil weapons, which help a ton in then your farming on from there, getting weapon mastery and solent. But to get this obsidian, you need to kill about 100,000 of those dwarves. Yes, 100,000. So you'd be excused wanting to just do that AFK. But moving on with these changes, there was just a fix to this specialization not activating on PC. And then for your staff, the fireworks, this is your Javelin Inferno, was fixed so that you can't use it outside of the weapon range. And they fixed this skill so it doesn't have a 45-second cooldown. And the time bomb ability, they fixed it so it's now properly visible with other debuffs. That's your capstone weapon mastery bonus skill right here. They fixed your artifacts so that it will be applied at a proper level. And they fixed the shield penetration values with rune synergies so that it is correct. They adjusted quick turnaround for like consoles, so you can use D-pad, but D-pad with long press will be changed to your weapon switching. And then arena coins. What I can discern here is that they will be deleting their current coins on like the 26th of March, and they advise you to spend them before they expire. Not sure why they're doing this, but potentially just to introduce new rewards and not allow people to stack their current existing coins to obtain those new rewards. Very well might get this changed too, but don't panic, as I'm sure we will get notice. This notice is for the Korean server. They won't ever just delete your currency and not give you some value in return for it, or give you the chance to spend it now. With the Talandra update, yes, they deleted a lot of our currencies, but they did replace it with a new currency which you can effectively get everything that you could before. The current arena store for us is this, and I think we aren't going to get updates, so nothing really changes here. I will buy these loyalty coins and the rest is kind of meh. We might get the addition of the new blessing pouches, because those honestly should change. And other than that, some content error corrections here. And that's about it for this update. Again, these are all the notes for the Korean server, but good to see that the devs are actually doing something about, the ease of being able to just AFK with a staff and get that automatic damage and kill the enemies around you. It helped botters a ton to basically do it legit. Like, you can't say the game will ban you by just simply using a skill that was deliberately added to the game. But I guess they didn't realize how easy it would be to just take advantage of it to AFK. So they are adjusting it. There were some product promotions as well. Again, updating like their subscription benefits and also adding a check-in event where new players can get a bunch of bonus rewards here, just through like a check-in event here. But that's it for now. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you guys around.